In this video, I will be going over basic maintenance and troubleshooting for the Anasazi Instruments EM360A NMR Spectrometer. Basic maintenance involves keeping the magnet, console, and computer area clutter and dust free. Do not store glassware, chemicals, or any other material on top of or near the instrument. Use a duster to keep the area dust free. Ensure the computer is running well and has sufficient hard drive storage to save new files, and the program's AII and ACD labs are installed and functioning. Now I'm going to check AII. It opens up just fine. Now I'm going to open up ACD. And it opened up just fine. A once daily calibration of the spectrometer is required. To calibrate the spectrometer, insert the water sample into the probe. Use the drop-down menu Nucleus and click Other in the AII program. Type in MM, that stands for Maintenance Menu. Open the Maintenance menu drop-down. Click on Superprep the spectrometer H2O sample. Up at the top it tells you the target spin rate, 39 Hertz, the current spin rate. Currently the air is not working, so the spin rate says unknown, but it should tell you the current spin rate. You can adjust the spin rate with the knob on the right side of the magnet. Clockwise decreases it, counterclockwise increases the spin rate. You want to slowly adjust this knob until the current spin rate matches the target spin rate. When the current spin rate matches the target spin rate, you want to left click on the mouse inside this yellow box. Now just wait for the process to complete, which could take a few minutes, and then NMR would be calibrated. Now we will go over some troubleshooting procedures to follow up on common issues. If the water sample is broken, a new one will need to be made. Collect a brand new NMR tube and cap and measure 0.7 mL of tap water, not DI water, and insert into the NMR tube. You can label the NMR tube as water, so it's identifiable as a water sample. I like to use blue caps for water samples only as a way to identify them. Another issue that can arise is that the spinner is not spinning. To troubleshoot this problem, take the NMR spinner out of the magnet. Wipe down the NMR tube with a Kim wipe. Ensure that the NMR tube is sitting in the NMR spinner at the correct height by using the gauge on the front top of the magnet. Ensure that the NMR tube and spinner are settled at the bottom of the probe before turning the knob from spin to non-spin. If the spinner still does not spin, check the pressure from the wall. Make sure that it's on if it's not on. Check the spinner for any defects. The spinner should not have any defects on the surface. If defective, replace the spinner. The most frequent issue that you might run into is that a user reports that there is too much noise on the spectrum when running a sample. This could come from a number of issues, such as the spinner not spinning, the NMR tube is dirty or contaminated, or the magnet needs calibration. The best and fastest way to address this issue is by putting the water sample back into your probe yourself correctly, ensuring that the NMR tube is clean and correctly placed into the probe. Using a flashlight, ensure that the spinner is spinning. If it isn't, use the previous troubleshooting steps to fix it. If it is spinning, check the spin rate by using the drop-down menu nucleus click Other, type in MM for the maintenance menu, drop down the maintenance menu, and click on Spin. Check the spin rate H2O sample. This is with the water sample inside. Again, you'll do the same procedure as you did before. You'll have the target spin rate and the current spin rate. Once you match the current spin rate to the target spin rate, here we go, then you click on the bottom left yellow box. When this is complete, it'll set a water peak at 4.75 ppm. You want to see one tall peak exactly at 4.75 ppm. This should take about less than 10 seconds. To check to see if the NMR is running correctly at this point, run a prepared known standard sample, like this aspirant previously prepared. If the spectrum still does not look clean, use the calibration steps mentioned previously in this video, like SUPREP.